Legend himself. Legend himself.
Hi. Hello.
I like your comic book company came out with a couple of years back. The one when you had the Death Race 2020, you know, the sequel to Death Race.
Oh, yes.
And the Little Shop of Horrors one. That was really cool because, like, you have my two favorite comic book creators doing it. You have Pat Mills, the guy who does 2000 AD, and that guy. And he also had Kevin O'Neill, the artist who did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So, yeah. I just saying, good job. Yeah, you guys carry on and answer your question.
Kevin O'Neill is the director of Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader.
Really?
Yeah.
Kevin O'Neill?
Yeah, he's worked with several films, and what it is, he's a good director, but he also has his own special effects studio. And I felt working in 3D, I wanted to have a director who understood the post-production process in 3D, so he would have that in mind, knowing when he shot the film what was going to be done, so there wouldn't be any slippage there. And I think it turned out very well. And so we have Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader, which I think comes out on Epix August 23rd, I think. And
25th, actually.
August 25th. Okay, I don't even know when my own picture is coming up. I'll keep that so I can remember. It's the result of an experiment that goes wrong. If the experiment didn't go wrong, there wouldn't be any picture. And almost in so many of these films, an experiment goes wrong and a creature is created in some way. What happens in this one is a girl who's not particularly attractive wants to be a cheerleader, and her boyfriend, who works in the biology lab, has developed a serum that he thinks will make her more beautiful, and it does. And a rival cheerleader sees how beautiful she is and also takes a serum. What neither one of them know is there's a side effect. And the side effect makes them 50 feet tall. So we build to the climax, which is at a football game, the homecoming football game. The two 50-foot tall cheerleaders have a huge fight in the middle of the football stadium. Now we shot it two ways because Epix wanted one version, which in the fight they tear their tops off.
Oh yeah,
now,
of course.
Also, which I think there is some commercial value in that. Another version, which is shot for shot, the same picture, but they don't tear the tops off. So, and also, we have a 3D version and we have a 2D version. So, in effect, which hadn't occurred to me before, we have four versions of the same picture. One 3D topless, the other 2D topless, one 3D with the top on, and the other 2D with the top on. So we're prepared to show this picture anywhere you want it.
So kind of like Terry Gilliam's Brazil, where there's like 10 different versions. And one's like the 2.5-hour version, one is like the 4-hour version, and then the European version is like the 6-hour version where it ends shittier.
And so the director's cut will have like all 50 versions, right?
Yeah.
But like this, oh no, thank you.
What's his company? That's why.
Oh, okay.
Have you had other movies where you've had multiple versions of them?
Oh, yes, we've had several. We've never done 3D before, but we've had several versions where there will be an R-rated version, which will be new, and another version which is not.
Do you have a favorite example of those movies?
Let me see. Because we haven't done, this is the first picture in a long time in which there's been movies. For the last few years, for whatever reason, everybody keeps their clothes on. I think in one of the women in prison pictures, we shot it two ways. One in which tops are taken off and the other in which they're not. So you're prepared for whatever the market wants. I think actually there's less interest in the market for the topless version than there used to be. And I don't have a real explanation other than possibly at one time, if you had an R-rated version, it was something unusual and startling, and people came to see it. Now there's so much nudity on the internet, it's lost its novelty appeal, and there isn't really much reason for it anyway. So I would say this is the first picture in 5 or 6 years in which we've had nudity, and we've deliberately covered it for the reason I said, with everybody fully clothed, because the market isn't that big for it.
Which version is airing on Epic? You shot it 2 ways for airing.
They're going to air it both ways.
And in 3D as well?
Yes. I think on August 25th, they're going to air it with the top version in 3D and 2D. And then later, they'll have the closed version, because we just finished the picture a few days ago, and we're still working on the closed version, and that'll be probably another month before that.
Kind of going along with what you were saying before about seeing what the trends were, and it's just remarkable that over the years, and by the way, I just love when you're explaining the plot of this film, you look so enthused. It's so great. And it's always been...
The lead is Miss Georgia, so she really looks good.
What is your crystal like? You've been able to adapt to the changes in the cinematic landscape now for how long? I think it is amazing. So how are you so good at that? Like, I mean, you're just the master at knowing what to do.
I don't know if I'm the master, but the thing is, you have to stay abreast of changing times, and if possible, you have to be a little bit ahead. That's what you tough. Otherwise, you get left behind. That's one of the reasons I made this picture, because our picture is generally fairly low budget. I finance them with my own money. For 3D, it had to be a little bit more expensive, and I sort of leapt at the opportunity to try 3D, because I think, I'm not certain that that'll completely dominate filmmaking, but I think it will grow more and more important.
Brilliant.
You saw the 3D boom in the 50s and 60s. You're part of that as well. Do you think what's your take on it now? Is it going to last?
I think this time it will last. What happened in the 50s and early 60s? The pictures weren't very well made, and the 3D effects weren't that good. And so the audience got tired of seeing a picture in which a spear was always thrown at your face. But I think Jim Cameron, one of our graduates, changed the whole game. When he did Avatar, he did a brilliant job of 3D. I really think Avatar is a masterpiece. And what he also did, because I talked to him about it, he made a point of not going for those shots where the spear comes in the face. He shot it deliberately. He was using 3D. He deliberately used foreground composition and so forth to take advantage of the 3D experience, but he didn't go blatantly for those easy shot effects. And I think that ushered in the current age of better 3D pictures, which I think will continue to grow.
Cameron was a graduate of your studio. What did he work on for you?
Yes, he started making model spaceships. I guess I'm moving on.
Roger.
Thank you.
Roger.
Would you mind? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Honor and a pleasure.
Maybe a lot.
Just still have some time.
Okay, time to go now?